And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
I love those guys.
Welcome. I love you too. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. And this is where you are the only place out there that talks about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather is nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are and if you have been able to get out and fly your drones today. I know it's been cold, Lawrence. Some days it's windy, some days it's cold. But if you've been able to get out and fly your drones, it's a good day. You know, and we got a couple of things to talk about tonight, and we're back with what FPV Corner is back again, right, Lawrence?
Yep.
So we got some stuff talking about tonight. A few things you may have heard already, and some of it you may have, and some of you may have not. And maybe you haven't heard it the way you should have heard it, or maybe you haven't heard it the way we're going to bring it to you. But nevertheless, maybe you've heard it.
This is true.
How are you doing, though, Lawrence, on this wonderful Wednesday?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm real good. I'm happy. I didn't have to buy any LiPo batteries. I got some LiPo batteries that I won from Obsession FPV. So some 6S batteries. He sent a crap load of stickers and some 3D printed little drones you can hang from like king chains and stuff. I'm doing good. I started the week out opening boxes. What's up with you?
Okay. Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm just been. I had it here a minute ago. I've just been doing things.
Oh, please trust me. I know. I know. That's the business.
No, but you know, I just wish I didn't have to do all those things. But no,
Yes, you
no, it's becoming a routine. So now I'm getting it down. We're getting things down to where instead of it taking an hour to do it, we can get it done in 45 minutes.
That's true. That's true. But if you guys,
the first time it was like, oh shit, it was more than an hour. Now
the first time was definitely. You wonder what we're talking about. It's applying for those permits to fly in New York. You know, the $153. It's no longer $150. Don't believe that bull. It's $153.
No, well, that's taxes.
Yeah, tax or whatever you want to call it.
No, but the thing is Manhattan and the insurance thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you got to jump through hoops, but it's worth it in the long run. Definitely.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people coming in early. This is good.
Okay.
Good. Louis P. Floyd, how are you, man?
Hey, Floyd, what's good, man?
What's going on, Floyd?
Louis.
All is well. Glad to see you.
Who's this here? Okay.
I see a few people that I haven't seen before. I hope it's because of FPV Corner we're going to have later on.
Well, you know, Lawrence, one of the things that I always like to talk about on the stream is the things that pop up, and I see these things that like different articles and ads and stuff. Like some of these ads are really like, some of these articles are really just ads for different online. I don't know how would you call it, an online magazine or online shopping, but anyway. So out there, I guess on Drone DJ, there's an article. I guess everybody has seen it, but you know, this is something that I have brought to everyone's attention way long time ago, and now DJI has come out with so many of them now that that's just evolving. But check out these discounts, because it's like huge holiday discounts, right, on the power stations,
Yep.
because DJI has been just Power Station and all kind of other things crazy, and there's a lot of other companies out there that put out power stations, but I guess like DJI's power stations are more like drone friendly for those of us who fly their drones. But nevertheless, I have one of their power stations, and I tell you the truth, it's not only good for just DJI drones. I've used it for other things. You know,
Yeah.
if you got like vacuum or anything you want to do with the car, or like electric power wash and stuff like that,
Hmm.
you got that outside. You don't have to worry about you know getting power anywhere you at. You have that in the truck. You're good to go. I used it when I was at camping, but right now on the discount, right? They got that was it the Power 2000, right? What a 46% off discount.
Yes. Yes. I think it's
What the
crazy.
hell?
Oh,
Shit,
does it?
my bad. I'm sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. But yeah, they got the Power 2000 at $699, Lawrence, on Amazon. Now you really can't beat that. Seriously.
Yeah.
You really can't.
The
You
power.
really can't
Yeah.
for
You're
that
one hundred
for
percent
like the
right.
holiday for the holidays. You really cannot beat that price because that's something that was going for over $1,000, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
It was
okay.
in
I
the
thought you couldn't
beginning.
hear me.
All of them were.
No, I thought you couldn't hear me at first.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
No, but seriously, that Power 2000, and it's actually an upgrade from the original Power 1000, and now they have the actual Power 1000, the I guess the V2, because
Yeah. Johnny Dronefly says 12.99 at one time and point.
yeah, you can't go you can't be DJI without a V2, right? So they had to put out the version 2 because if you remember the original version only came with 2 receptacles on it. So now they actually
Yeah.
have this thing as a duplex. So it's nice that how they set it up. And that's what it actually should have been out the box, truthfully. And
Yeah, that's true. But you
it
see how it
left.
sells first, then you always have an upgrade.
But no, honestly, it should have, and that was my first knock on it when I saw it.
Okay.
For the price, I was saying I should have had the duplex instead of having the single.
Yeah, the single plugs. I agree with you. But for what it's worth, it's still a great buy because of the
Mhm.
prices.
Oh yeah, that's why I got it when the price dropped, and I started to bring it to everyone's attention because I noticed that, well, damn, it dropped from the price that I paid for
Right,
it.
right, right. I remember. I remember.
And
And
I thought
within a
I was
few
getting the
months,
deal when the price dropped.
within a few months too, right?
And then it just went so low, and then they came out with the 2000, and then I guess the expansion batteries, and then the 2000
Hmm.
came out after that, and then the V2 came out, and then I think it wasn't even available here in the States, but I guess now I don't know on Amazon. I guess you can get it now.
You can get it on Amazon because, well, you remember I told you Ron
Hmm.
Sobers, he had ordered his from DJI, and he
Hmm.
got his in 2 weeks.
Right, the 2000.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the version 2 of the
Oh, the
1000.
V2 of the 1000. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Listen, either way, they're great to have around the house. If you, like Herman said, you can go mobile with it. I suggest a carrying case because carrying that sucker with 2 hands is very cumbersome and awkward.
It's even
It's
hard with the case.
yeah, with the strap-on case you can throw over your shoulder. It's like carrying a small child,
You
literally.
just better off carrying it with the handle that's on the bag because other than that, it's taught. They do actually have. If you go on DJI's site, they do have a cart for it with wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJI does have a cart for it. I saw that on their online store. And also Lawrence, that's
Hmm.
out there floating about that I saw
What's that?
the Mini 5 Pro for
Really?
for $759.
And this is on Amazon, huh?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's
Interesting.
with the Flu controller.
Yeah, with the N1R2
No,
minus three controller.
that's the three.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said minus three. They have so many of those radios, man. They should be giving them away. Johnny Drone Flyer says there's you can update your app for the Neo too. Put your Apple
Oh yeah,
Watch. Yeah, the
yeah.
NC3.
Speaking of the Neo 2,
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was behaving
mhm.
this week. I kind of
Yeah, I
kept
know he
kept things on the low this year.
yeah he ran off.
What's good, Rob? Tell Sue I said good morning over there in Australia.
But
We
Lawrence,
appreciate
we
you.
we had about 20 people in the chat, right?
Yeah.
I saw that we got 20 people watching, right?
So we want to do roll
So
call
I
real quick.
wonder how many people do we actually have in the chat that we could actually do roll call? Do you think
We
all
can.
20 of those people are in the chat?
I don't know.
I,
That's a possible. I
I
doubt it,
doubt
but we
I
shall
doubt it
see.
very highly, but
There are always the lurkers that pop in when it's
you
time to
think?
do roll call. So let's do roll call
Okay.
real quick. All right, quick shout out to Louisiana Helicam. How are you, sir? Hope all is well. 9 days and counting. Great. Shout out to you. FPV Drones holding it down on the West Coast. 9 days and counting. I'm guessing that's on his birthday. Shout out to him. Brooklyn Jimmy, how are you? Lurking in the
No.
background. I hope all is well, Brooklyn Jimmy. Shout out to Flying High in Florida. How are you? I hope all is well with you guys. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Louis P. Floyd, shout out to you,
What's
sir.
up, Lawrence?
Welcome. Thanks for coming in. He asked for when were we on. He said he wanted to stop by, and I'm glad you're here. Shout out to Steve, SJM Jones, across the pond. Hope all is well. Babysitting Rob in Australia. Good morning to you and
What's
Sue. He's
good, Rob?
babysitting a couple of huskies. I saw the pictures on Facebook. Shout out to CT Pirate. He says he's sitting here
What's
lurking
up,
and driving. No
CT
typing while
Pirate?
driving. Okay, let's go all the way up to the top. Flying Flynn Media, how are you? Hope all is well, Flying
What's good?
Flynn.
What's good?
Johnny, what's good? Giggles FPV, that's funny. How are you? Giggles FPV. FJ
What's good?
1100 Mark. That's Mark White. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you
All
all.
right, all right.
Eldon, take
That
off
was
lifting
good.
land. Bronx, strong. New York, representing the Bronx. Shout out to you. You know what I haven't seen here tonight? Shout out to Jody, Drone Shots,
He
8247. Hope all is well.
was here.
Yeah, he's here. No, I haven't seen John Olson for some reason. But yesterday was his
There you
birthday.
go.
Yesterday was my birthday too. Shout out to 7777 Ross. Hope all is well. Did I mention Warren? I believe I did. I think that's about it. Herman Barkley, 107
Hold
Drones. I
on,
know
hold on,
he's
hold on,
listening in the
hold on,
background. And
hold on,
Ken
hold on,
Fix Stuff was here
hold on,
earlier.
hold on,
Huh?
hold on, hold on. Time out.
What happened?
Time out. You gotta add Warren, Dre, John
I
Olson.
said Trey earlier. John Olson wasn't here. That's what I was saying. I'm missing him. Used to seeing his name in the list here.
I'm just saying, I see these people in the chat. I didn't hear you mention their names.
Oh yes. I did. I went down the list. Stopped at Brooklyn Jimmy. There's John Olson. See, both of us took too much. We
No,
both
I
of us
saw
are a
when he
day
came
older.
in.
John
Also, I
Olson's
said,
birthday was yesterday. Also, shout out to John Olson. There you go. I mention him. That means you're gonna live a long time if you mention someone and they show up. Finally got my Mini 2 back, and that's it, bro. We got everybody.
"You sure you
NDAA
got
goes
Dre?"
into effect. Yes, Draymond. Finally got my Mini damaged in July. DJI claim They didn't have the part. Sent label in
Okay.
November. Received it yesterday. Wow. Okay, but you got it back. Thank you, Brother Eldon. We appreciate you guys. That's
See,
good. Congratulations. I'm glad you got it back through customs. Well, it might not have never left the States. They might have fixed it here in California
see,
or even in New York.
Lawrence, with these tariffs, bombs are at a premium. You can't just keep dropping bombs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bombs are getting expensive due to
Yeah,
tariffs, right? The explosions.
yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
You gotta make
Anyway,
sure.
welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was like I said, it was John's birthday yesterday and my birthday, so it's
Happy
kind of hard
birthday.
to forget John's birthday because we hit each other up a few days before
Mhm.
and during yesterday to give each other well wishes. And then
Good.
I was actually over at your crib yesterday. We were working yesterday, Herman,
A
right?
little bit.
Yeah, we were doing a little bit of work. That those damn permits. But you got to do them if you want to work, right?
I'm trying to figure out a way. Oh, I think I have
For
for the whole daily operations.
hmm,
hmm hmm
okay.
Yeah, I
However,
think I
we can work
figured
smarter and not harder. That'll work. I celebrate a hatchling day, Warren.
it out. A
Thank you,
what?
James. Warren says I celebrate a hatchling day.
A hatchling.
Hatchling,
Oh,
probably a kid's birthday or something. That's
oh,
what
okay.
I'm thinking
I got
along the
you.
lines. Well,
Well, you know what, Lawrence?
yeah. What you got?
What do I have? I mean, nothing special. I just was just mentioning, that there's a lot of drone stuff happening again, you know, um, because your good old anti-gravity A1 is available for purchase now. And, I'm quite sure you've seen the details and everything like that on the drone, but there's the specs and everything that's out there on the anti-gravity, sub 250 gram drone. That happens to sport two cameras, right, Lawrence? One over
Yes.
1.28-inch sensors that
Mm,
captures up to 8K at 30 frames per second. Believe it or not. Now that in 360 video. Now, just like DJI and everyone else that's trying to put out these drones, I believe that this drone has two batteries options. They have a standard battery. It happens to keep the drone under that weight and of 250 gram, and with a flight time of 24 minutes. And they have a high capacity battery, which gives them a flight time of 39 minutes, which is
not
interesting.
bad.
Well, this drone is fully FPV, as they say. It has a very well made, from what I'm understanding from some of the reviews and stuff I've seen on
Hmm.
this drone. I don't have the drone myself, but the goggles are pretty well made and they're lightweight from what I see and hear from the videos on it. And it happens to sport a battery that happens to hang around your neck to keep the weight off the goggles, which is also interesting. There's a few things that's happening with these goggles. Like I said, the goggles have what, a 2-inch micro OLED. Is it 2560
Yes,
by
but
2560
hmm,
display, which is pretty good. Um, they have what is what we would call what I don't know what you would call it, but I what tracks your
head
head,
tracking. Head
yeah,
track.
head tracking, right? Yeah, head tracking. So basically, when you're flying with this drone, right, in 360, you can look around wherever because the controller that it has that what they call it, that grip controller. It wherever you point it is where it's going.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Which is interesting because they say it's like a feeling of flying like a bird. And
Yeah, that's FPV.
yeah, I get it. What I've looked at was some of the stuff on it. I don't know how you feel about it, but what I've looked at that, and I was that that kind of made me a little curious as to how that might work because I'm used to looking at where I'm going because I have minimal situational awareness. You understand what
Right,
I'm saying to
right,
you?
right.
And with 360 cameras, you have more situational awareness. The problem with it is that you don't have it all at one time, and that is where multiple screens can be at an advantage as opposed to looking at it in just the one setting in the goggles and being
I
able to look.
agree, but it can also confuse you if you're not used to that environment or flying FPV. When you fly FPV,
Mhm.
even though you don't have the head tracking, by doing flips and turning around, you're constantly reversing and changing direction.
Mhm.
My problem is, okay, you can feel safe flying this drone forward, knowing obstacle avoidance is going to keep you out of trouble
Mhm.
while looking around. That's fine and cool. I just think it's a little more distracting than,
Well, from what I've seen on reviews,
yeah.
that once you turn to a certain degree, the screen pops up in the goggles that shows you where the front view of the drone is.
Somebody tell Herman I think I see a spider above his head. No, no, I don't.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Okay, that was Warren. I don't know.
Well, if it's Warren, then he's just ignore him.
Jody says he flies a heli simulator with head tracking.
Mhm.
It's not hard because it's basically like as if you're driving a car and you go
Mhm.
to look out the window on your right or you look out the window on your left. Except with this, you can keep turning even though you're going forward and look at your view from behind. That would be interesting.
Mhm.
You'd have to have a lot of trust in the obstacle avoidance.
Well, you know what? I think that what I was looking at, it's funny because this drone, right, has been talked
Hmm.
about so much to the point where we had talked about on a stream back to how it was the most awarded drone of the year, and it hadn't even come out yet. And
Yeah,
that was crazy in itself because here it is, no one ever had their hands on it. Maybe guys did, but no reviews were out. No one spoke on it,
right.
and then the drone comes out and they actually pushed this drone forward. And, that tells me from I actually listening to some of the guys in the reviews, they had the drone for quite some time, um, checking it out, getting the feel of it, and seeing
Yeah.
how it flies. And the
Hey,
thing that
Gary.
I've listened to some of the issues that some of the people have talked about, or I mean, is it really an issue that people talk about? But I know that it's been mentioned. And I listened to because when we start getting down to the price of this drone, because they have the standard was it a standard bundle
Hmm.
which comes equipped with the goggles and everything
Yeah.
that you need to fly. Now that standard bundle was what 15.99 for the standard
Yes.
bundle, and
Yes.
they have it over at Adorama.
Yeah. Right
So
here in Manhattan.
if you're interested in picking that up,
Yeah. Right here in New York.
Adorama has it on sale, and they've got
And honestly,
batteries.
I think this is a
And,
good price considering
uh,
everyone thought it was going to be $2,000 out the box. General.
well, I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things I wanted to mention to you, they also have the Explorer bundle, right?
Yes.
And that's also available over at Adorama
You can't
if you're interested in picking that up for
less
the
than 2,000.
yeah. So it's just slightly under the $2,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
With taxes will probably bring you right up into the 2,000 and change, and then you can go home and get
A
yourself
happy camper.
yeah, go home and charge it up and get going. And then, you got the Infinity bundle, right? If you wasn't
Yes.
satisfied with the price on that other one, then you'll love this one because they have the Infinity bundle over at
Now,
Aroma.
see this. Everyone thought that this was 2000 was going to be the price of the drone with one battery,
Hmm.
and now you see the ultimate version with three batteries and several accessories to go along with it.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Lawrence, because still in all, I've heard the complaints on the pricing of this drone and the fact that the drone is a little pricey and it coulda. And you know what I think that comes from? I think that comes from the fact that,
Damn, Canada's Jim's droning says Canada it's 2150 for one battery and 2500 for three batteries.
I'm sorry,
Damn. Yeah.
um, the fact that everybody is such DJI fanboys
Mm-hmm.
that they couldn't possibly see somebody else competing at that price. So
Right.
because they're not accustomed to flying anyone else's drone like that
Or
at that
willing to give
price
it a chance.
at that price no, but at that price point they're not really willing to give it that chance. So even with all of the reviews out there and them telling you how it flies well, there's just some that just can't see breaking the bank at that price. Then I've heard that maybe if they didn't do this with the goggles, then maybe they could have gotten the price down. And I'm like, but all of those things you like,
Like the screen on the front of the goggles.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. That would have brought the price down by about $200 or $300 easy.
Really?
Okay. I think it's interesting because you're my only problem with that is someone standing in front of you looking at that screen
Mhm.
blocking your radio.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, radio waves would go through that person, but in order to see, if you're flying the
Hmm.
goggles on, one lens on the left lens is a screen.
Hmm.
People can
Hmm.
stand in, or someone can stand in front of you and watch that screen. Now,
Right,
in order to see it, they're in front of you and between you and your drone.
right.
And I think that's a hazard.
Yeah.
You remember people used to walk around with magnets in their pocket back in the Phantom 4 days?
But that really isn't an issue.
Yeah, I know. I know. I just wouldn't prefer someone in my face like that while I'm flying. Worse
Okay.
enough, you have these guys that come up behind you and take all kinds of pictures and shit.
So
I'm
what
just saying.
about the? So you don't you're not too fond of the Karen view.
Right, right. Exactly, Karen view. And you see what Gary put? He puts all these 360 drones have a fisheye look video that's crapped to me. There's actually a mode, Gary, when you're editing that will
Mhm.
square everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a
There's a
mode.
lot.
There's a flat screen mode
Mhm.
where you can
Mhm.
go to cinematic. You can go to
Mhm.
2 by 3 or 16 by 9, whatever those measurements are, and
Mhm.
that's how they you correct that. That fisheye look is just generic for you to pick a key frame. Once you pick that frame, you can keep it orbed or you can flatten it out two-dimensionally.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Sponsor in 2 minutes.
Here's the deal. I think a lot of guys are just afraid of two things: the change when it comes to the editing and the learning curve of editing with this,
Yeah,
and
I was
two,
just putting in the chat. It takes more to edit, also.
and two, the fact that it's not DJI, because they're damn sure going to probably jump on it when when DJI puts out their 360 drone.
Right.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, I got this cough because I'm almost positive that when it arrives, that
Hmm.
everyone who talked about why they're not buying, no matter what the price is, and I
Yeah.
really think that DJI is really good at this. They found they let Antigravity play their hand and put
Right.
this drone out because once DJI once they announced that they were putting this drone out, supposedly now DJI got this drone here, and we knew DJI was flirting with the technology, and then we knew they had the technology now because of the 360 camera that they came out with. So when you start getting into looking at DJI putting out a 360 drone, we knew it was a matter of time, but then we started to see the jokes, the little hints and stuff like that here and there. And then you find out, well, damn, it's been around for a minute now because it's just been developing it because they came out with the little 360 camera first, the one that you can hang around your. They came out with that first because that drone was out in a video
Hmm.
earlier when they were working on another drone.
Right.
It's the little hidden things that DJI hides in these videos that, and everybody looks at Twitter like, yo, this is what Twitter we got, and we do it here on the channel too. We push that whole Twitter hype and all that stuff like that.
Of
But a
course.
lot of that stuff gets hidden right there, little hidden gems right there in these
Well,
videos and in these pictures.
Gary asks, will the goggles and remote work with the that work with the Neo 2 work with the original Neo? That's a good question.
That's a good
I would
question.
assume so because they're both OcuSync 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume so. I could be wrong. I have not seen anyone attempt it, but that is a good question.
Now you see, here's the thing. Everyone looks at um the
Sponsor, Mr. Sponsor by a minute.
oh, okay. Well, we'll get to the sponsor real quick.
For a live stream that talks about everything in the drone world. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys.
It's a nice dude. But yeah, everybody talks about these what, the 360 and how difficult this, that, and the other. And we look at the goggles and we talking about the goggles, will the goggles work? And that's an interesting question because I think that everybody's looking at how the anti-gravity now works with these goggles and being able to look around and all that, and wonder if your goggles that you have for DJI will it work with the new drone that's coming out. It's approximately on the same platform as the last
Hmm.
drone that they just put out. But let's do it because the next topic is that I wanted to mention it because it kind of ties right into it. You know, if I don't know, I mean, I kind of felt so because you know, look and fly versus point and fly because
But
as you
before you
know,
talk about that, you're going to have to explain the differences.
I'm going to because as you know, what DJI and Anti Gravity both have FPV drones, right?
Yep.
That you can fly with goggles and that whatever motion controller or however they produce their system to give you that intuitive feeling and that immersive action in the goggles. So now you're looking at what the Avata 2 is probably what DJI would say is comparable to what the AI in that kind of range as far as the goggles flying around with. Okay, so looking at that point, right? And you look at how, you know what, DJI's controllers, right? Wherever, if you remember looking at like wearing the goggles that has a little circle,
Hmm.
right, inside of it, wherever you look at that circle is where you are flying.
Right.
You
Right.
understand? So that's what I mean by look and fly.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere that you're looking at that circle, is that where you're when you're pointing that stick, is wherever that circle is in front of you is where you're actually headed. Nope.
Yes. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
So now, as we spoke earlier with the A1 from Antigravity,
Hmm.
you can look all around because it head tracks. Wherever you move your head, you can look around inside where you're flying.
Right.
The controller, that motion grip controller, goes
Yes.
wherever you point it. You understand? It
Yeah.
goes in the direction of wherever you're pointing it. Now, with that, a lot of people think that, oh, that might be a little bit dangerous.
Gary got jokes.
Inside of, from what I've seen on reviews of it, inside on your goggles, it shows you ahead of where your head point is, where the
Yes.
head, where the drone is, the
Where
facing,
you're pointing, the direction you're pointing.
right, as opposed to where you're actually looking.
Yeah.
So just like how you can line up your home point and everything with DJI drones, it's the same. It's almost the same. It's not flying the same.
Right.
You can actually. It's more. I don't know if I would say, but yeah, I would say more immersive because you actually have
You have
360
to
view.
physically move in that direction.
No, you actually have 360 view.
Yeah,
You
but
understand?
if you're doing this while you're flying, something's wrong. You know, you're doing all
Well,
of this.
see, because you are thinking about conventionally framing your shot.
Right.
Think of it.
Right.
Think
Yeah.
of it as a bird. Because this is why the drone doesn't fly backwards. It doesn't
Hmm.
need to. This is why the
Right.
drone doesn't fly sideways without going forward because it doesn't need to.
Exactly.
It's shooting every angle. It only needs to go straight.
Yeah. And from that one shot, from that one flight, you can get multiple videos from.
Mhm.
Repeated. You could give people the same video, and people would probably come out with different videos each time.
You can create so many, but see, but from also what I've seen, some of the views on it and the review, that the drawback on it is the image quality is not quite as good as
As
the
the
Mini
DJI
5 Pro,
360, yeah, the Mini 5 Pro. You're right.
the Mini 5 Pro.
Yeah, yeah. And on top now the Mini 5 Pro, what is the highest resolution on that? I have to look at
What was
that
that
because
4K, whatever? I don't
it's
know.
4K and the 360 camera is 8K,
Uh
but the
huh.
4K is better quality. Hmm.
Okay, so well, it's over 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. Why does this tell me I can't do
Why?
something?
Tell you what. What?
I try to do certain things and because
I don't
bandwidth.
know. I personally think that either way it would be interesting. I'd like to check out the
Jim
anti
Joni
grav
says the Avata flies backwards.
because it's a DJI drone and it has
Right.
a have
And
a
it has that
360
little
camera.
flip, right? That fly by and look back and keep flying. I remember that.
But the
Oh,
anti
hold on.
gravity doesn't need to fly backwards.
If drone gets too close to tree, Herman, 360 camera not may need backup. Wait till it happens. You have a point there, Jim. That's very interesting there.
Well, no, you just make it hover or avoid. I don't know
Well,
what
to
their
be honest,
I
I
don't
couldn't
actually
tell
know
you.
how their obstacle avoidance works.
Right. I would have to see it myself. I'm pretty sure in order to fly with the goggles on and look around at 360, the obstacle avoidance should be as good
Yes.
as good as DJI's. What is it? I
Also,
don't know.
also the drone is not. It's not so much about you flying.
Hmm.
It's about you experiencing.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why I guess that you're able to do that. Plus, you can act like you said about the video out to someone else. And it's crazy. I don't know. And then
Well,
if
I
you
wish
have,
anti-gravity luck and I wish
and then
DJI
you can
luck.
watch movies on it if you can put it on an SD card or some shit like that. I don't know.
Possibly. Oh,
No, that's
well,
what they
the
say.
good thing about 360 is you don't have to make video. You can make augmented reality, meaning you could actually shoot a 360 video and have someone put on augmented reality goggles and walk through and fly and like that also. That's the advantage to having 360 video as well. A lot of people, no one's mentioned that augmented reality.
Telling you, it's the thing in it's what it's being used in mapping and everything now.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. 8K
you know,
divided by 8 different
what
directions.
do you think ground scans are?
True, true. Could you explain that in pixels, Gary? Gary
What
goes
happened?
8K divided into 8 different directions equals 1K per view.
Oh,
The
here we
drone is
go.
pretty cool. I yes, UAV
No, that's not
Adventures
the
did do
formula,
a
Gary.
video, not do a video. I saw him talking about it. I have not seen it. Who
Who?
Russ did a video, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes, Russ did a very good video on the anti-gravity, and I'm still waiting to see a few more guys to see what
I've
they have
watched
to
a
say
couple other videos.
because they're a lot. This is
That's why I
new.
was able to tell you the certain things about it.
Okay, but this is new to a lot of people. You no longer have that
Hmm.
two-dimensional view of flying. You can be flying
Hmm.
and go squirrel and hey, check out the girl in the red dress or like that. That's from the Matrix.
And then crack right into the tree.
Listen. I don't know if I still have a problem with autonomy. I still
Uh,
have a problem with autonomy. Am I learning to trust sensors more? Yes. Between the
mhm.
cars and the trucks and buses and drones, it's eventually coming to fruition and working. The more I see it work, the more I trust it.
Well,
And that's uh
the thing is, if you don't mind, and this is the thing, if you're flying and doing videos, and you do it, it's about editing. Period. So if you don't mind exploring something different, your workload on the back end may be a little longer, but the shooting side of it is a little easier. You don't have to worry about framing shots anymore.
yes.
The only issue with that is, and like I said before, and I was listening to a video that I can't remember the guy's name. He had the drone and he did a video on it. And the thing about it, and everybody said, yes, it does shoot in all these different directions. But in framing now, and when you talk about doing what key framing and doing other things like that, and being able to capture now these certain shots, you
Mm,
now create what you didn't create in as far as if I'm gonna take a shot of something, I might be moving in on it this way, or I might be moving
yeah.
this way on it. You now have to create that
Yes.
in
Yes.
the 360 view,
Mm-hmm.
and with the anti-gravity and comparing the camera to the Mini 5 Pro and doing and having to create those shots in post, the guy was saying that how the image quality is better in the DJI, the Mini 5 Pro,
Okay.
as opposed to the anti-gravity,
That's
because you lose
interesting.
because of the focal length and everything in the camera.
I would like to get my hands on one. I
DJI
just
actually looks like you're flying closer to the
yeah,
object. We've said that for years.
that's true. Well, yeah,
Like
yeah. Your natural
we've said
camera
that for
view is a
years.
lot closer. You know that warning in your car, objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. That's what should be on DJI drones.
No, that they should be. They may be further than they appear.
Yeah, right.
The whole opposite.
Well, all I know is I'm glad and I put in the chat. DJI has competition now with the anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't
Oh,
believe DJI would have came out with their 360 drone until somebody else tried it. And I think they had
oh,
theirs waiting in the closet, just waiting for somebody to bring
I
something
only
out.
think it was a matter of time. I just think that DJI is a bully, and they were
Yeah,
looking for a reason to spoil somebody else's parade.
yeah, this is true. That is true. They are the bullies of the consumer drone world as well
They
as
they've
I
been
can't
watch
say
this,
in
watch this,
enterprise in the
watch
world
this,
of enterprise.
watch this. They've been at in the back row looking over the crowd at every happy day that Ortel has had for years. Just standing there in the back row like this, just watching.
Right. And then we come to find out that Ortel was affiliated and or some parts were being used from DJI.
Hey, what's up,
They
Lewis?
affi-
What?
they affiliated. So need your opinion. Got people interested. A few organizations, schools interested too. I'm about to
Mhm.
deploy this in upstate New York with help of We We Bleed FPV and Elite Gaming. What do you think? Okay, Avata 360 will kill their sales, so they better sell a lot fast. I agree with you, Jim Ronan.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
yeah,
Okay,
because everybody knows how DJI is going to fly. They expect the price to be slightly less and give you a little bit more. You might believe this or what, like that. That the I'm gonna get back to you, Lewis. You might think that okay, looking at the look at the anti-gravity only works with that grip controller, right?
yeah,
Now you're saying to yourself, well, I know the DJI is about control of your drone and flying your drone, right? And that feeling of flying your drone. So more than likely, they're gonna have the ability to have a controller of some sort, as well as that motion controller. You understand?
I agree.
DJI is always going to be able to give you those two sticks because you'll be able to have. Honestly, you can fly better with the two sticks than you can with the motion control.
True, that is true. I beg to differ. Raymond says I beg to differ. If DJI still is not able to get their products in stores, it will not affect anti gravity. Huh.
Oh yeah, you're right on that. As far as
And
was
there are
getting
other
into the
countries
store,
that are following suit, like we
but
did
I'm
with the
talking as
NDAA.
far as I'm speaking as far as to guys buying actually wanting to actually buy the drone. But yeah, you're right. If they can't get it, but they've been getting drones through other means anyhow, Raymond. Until that issue, unless that because they've already got the FCC ID for it, so that drone everybody will do the whole eBay and Amazon if they're available on Amazon or the eBay and the Vietnam way and the North Korea and the
Yeah,
South Korea way or however they was been doing them. And then probably your man over on Fifth Avenue will probably smuggle some over the border.
you're right. You're right about that. I wonder how they get here, right?
But they'll get them, Draymond, no matter what. Somebody, they'll get them. Can you imagine that now,
Yeah.
Lawrence? You hear about a guy. We caught a guy going through customs, had two DJI drones taped to his torso and minis down his leg. We knew he wasn't we knew he wasn't that weight because he didn't look kind of funny the way he was walking. Trying to smuggle drones into the country.
Yeah,
He's
right.
scanning them now. He boofed
Can you
about
imagine?
25 batteries.
I'm listening to you. I'm just paying attention to what's going
Oh,
on
to
in
the
the
chat.
chat as well. Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. But yeah. No, I'm just saying that, if you want to compare that to the other things, but the most craziest thing that I see come up in the news now is the fact that I don't know, but DJI making this last bit
Plea.
plea, yeah, to U.S. Security chiefs. You
You know
know,
what? DJI is
we
standing there on the shore with a big flag going
mhm,
like this, like in
mhm,
Les Miserables, and
stupid
the ship is just going by. They see them, but they're just not slowing down. They're not braking.
like Gilligan's
It's
Island.
yeah, yeah,
But let's check this out. We got about you counting days, right? The
yep.
actual days is about 2 weeks, right? To the 23rd. If you look at the days left, it's about an actual 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So to the deadline, and that's set by the Congress's what the NDAA. Um, and we all know that this security audit must be done by that date.
Mavic 4 Pro is the benchmark
Um,
sales,
no agency has been assigned to do such.
right?
DJI has been pushing since March, trying to get this audit scheduled, and have not been able to get this done. Now,
It's sad.
I told you before when I first saw this and I saw who their legal representation was.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's a nice firm, but then I hear what went on with that firm and the White House security clearances and what happened and everything behind that. It's like DJI don't have a leg to stand on now
Right.
because you have a compromised firm that is representing you against this administration that has no hand in being able to even help you either because of the NDAA and the fact that we mentioned this when it first said that how this audit had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
If there was no audit done, that they would end up on the FCC's covered list.
Right.
Now, if the audit was done and they were found to have any problems, that they would automatically be put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So now, or they would be put on the list if nothing was done, then they would be automatically put on the list. So all the government had to do was government as usual, nothing, and they would automatically be put on the list. I told you in the beginning of the year to look out for unusual machines.
Yep.
If
Yep.
you don't believe me, go back and check this live stream. I told you look out for unusual machines. I told you there's too many hands in being able to. And it was if you got DJI out of the way, you get a lot of things done without having DJI in the way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
This is true.
is it going to happen? I don't know. It's not. No, listen, what do I know? But there's a lot of things at stake. Um, Listen, DJI in their last push efforts, what they've sent letters to 5 of the major U.S. national security agencies pleading for the review to be done.
Yeah.
Now, listen, if it's done, who's going to pick it up at this point? The year is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I
By
don't
the
know
time they
what.
start it, the deadline would be
There's
here.
no time to do it. There's
Yeah.
no time to
Exactly.
do it before the year is over. There's no somebody. It would have to be assigned to an agency to pick it up. One of the agencies
And
that
what's
does
crazy, there are
this particular.
agencies that are capable of doing
Right.
this: the Department of Defense, the FBI,
Mhm.
the National Security Agency, the Office of Directors of National Intelligence, Department of Homeland Security. These are all agencies that are highly qualified and have the equipment to do this audit, but none of them have even raised a, a pen to
and
say,
and
I'll do it.
and you're absolutely right, because I don't know if you have the list of the agencies that have done it since what, 2019 or something like that, or
Yeah,
16.
yeah. The list of agencies that have audited DJI, you guys may not have known this. One or two of them we've done stories on. The first one is Booz Allen Hamilton in 2020. The company did an audit. Two separate
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity evaluations by FTI Consulting in 22 and 24. We did the story on them last year in 24. Kivu Consulting Data Security Validation, another company that did an audit on DJI. TUV SUD, SUD's Technical Security Assessment, another company. A data security reviewed by the U.S. Department of Interior. That's the closest thing to our government that did anything in 2019. And the last one, an evaluation by the Idaho National Laboratory at
Yeah,
at DHS told Homeland Security told them to
I
perform in
remember that one.
2019. So,
Now, with all of those being done, right,
mm-hmm,
and you know, as deep, I don't know how deep those dives were in those investigations,
right.
but nothing was malicious or anything that was done or corrected since has been done. And in the most recent ones done, nothing malicious was found. So I just think that when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it's just all political. And if we clear the way and to clear the path for my friends, then we good to go.
Right. That's
Sad.
usually how it.
It's sad
That's
because
usually how it goes.
it's sad because here's a company that produces a device that the amount of, forget about the utility companies and stuff out there, or the companies that inspect for utility companies and do all this work, um, utilize this and the software that's been written for the usage with these drones out there. But the numerous amounts of first responders that are actually using these drones. You have agencies. We've done stories over and over of what it takes for some of these agencies, police departments, to switch over to something that's somewhat similar, comparable to what they've been flying from DJI, and it's ridiculous what it's costing. I think that this is going to cost a lot of lives and a lot of money to actually just to be greedy, selfish, and malicious in the long run. I just think
Yeah.
that it doesn't make sense.
Um,
Something actually can be done to make this work, especially when you are looking at um, drones out of this country that are not ready yet, and there's no way that I don't even think that we can be ready yet to the point of where we can actually meet that price point for the capability.
I don't think so either. It would be really hard. Seriously, it would be really hard. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm sending
Mhm.
Brandon another link because he says it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Oh, hold
So what doesn't work?
on. Evil Mux.
Oh, I don't know. The one from you took the one from right here.
Yeah.
Hmm, that's strange.
He says it doesn't work. I just sent him the one from here. Again, I'm gonna click on it and send again. Regenerate guest URL. Let me try it. No, we can't. No, I can't do that. We
Yeah,
have
you
to use
can't
the
do
one
that.
that's here. Um, Copy this. Let's try it again.
It's got to work.
It's got to work. I know it does.
There's no other way
As he said, he
of getting
tried it earlier this week and it didn't. I always send it to people so they can do a test their mic and everything. And he said it didn't work. But let's see. He's trying on a laptop now. All I can
it
say
work.
is all I
Mhm.
can say is it's
Yes.
DJI. It doesn't look good. Um, is
Um.
this is this a ever
Well,
forever over with DJI? I don't think so. I don't believe so.
let's look at this. Well, let's look at this. What does it mean if they've added to the covered list, right? Everything that they're licensed to have
Yeah,
now, you will be able to continue to use.
right.
Um, will there be any more of them being sold? Even though,
Until stock runs out, yes.
um, if they're in the possession of a U.S. Distributor, yeah, but no more. I don't think you'll be able to get any more of them after a certain point. Uh, Anything new that they come out with, you won't see licensed here.
Right.
Um, will they revoke the ones that you already have? If they
No.
did that, if they did that,
The drone would still fly.
if they did that, then it would be solely about just removing the consumer market. You would know that right off the bat, and then you would hurt so many other people who rely on these drones
Hmm.
for other things. So I don't think that that would ever happen. So let's just 86 that thought right there,
Yeah,
because
yeah. I would like to
you
hope and pray.
can't. I don't think that the country is going to or force DJI to just destroy uh, companies from being able to use these drones to work. You may not be able to use them to get any government contracts and stuff like that. And that's the thing that
True.
you have to worry about now. And then the trickle down is that how would that work now as far as the fallout with these companies that do like inspections for these utility companies like
Uh-huh.
T-Mobile and
That's what it comes down
Verizon
to.
and stuff like that. You know, so even the solar farms, uh, they have software written for DJI product, and I'm not saying that they couldn't be done with somebody else's, but it's your workflow and being able to stay the same and being able to keep things.
Well, you know what would have to happen for
Change is
people who
okay for some things.
well for people who couldn't trust
Hmm.
for people who couldn't trust DJI's software, you could
Hmm.
use a third-party software like Lychee. There are third-party softwares out there that work with DJI equipment, with DJI and Ortel
That
equipment,
American,
and not American. True,
see,
true. It does not work with anything American. Lychee will work with DJI
um,
and DJI and or
well,
Ortel.
what, well, even what is that? Anzu Robotics.
Yep.
They're running on American software.
Yeah, Aloft. I'm proud of it, of that fact too, because it's a paid software for now, I'm guessing, but it it
Is
it
it? I don't
works.
think so.
No, you don't think so? I'm gonna have to
No,
I'm
it's just
gonna
the
have to look.
interface and the app. It's the interface and app that runs your like how they have the Fly app. That's what they run. That's what runs that.
Why is this searching? I did not tell this to search. See
What
if it's
happened? Did
for
he
some
figure it
reason
out yet?
it refuses to let me open up another window.
What?
I don't know what that's about. Hold on, I'm check. Just got an alert. Tried multiple web browsers on both my laptop and phone. He says the link is not working. I don't know what to tell him. I've sent the link. I've opened up the link myself and clicked on it, and it's opened up the browser.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't
don't.
I don't know what to tell them either. But the link actually works.
I don't know what to tell you. The link does work. It does work. I mean, we've tried.
Did he try shutting his computer off and
We've
turning
encountered an error. Did you? Yeah. Console Evilmux. We've encountered an error. We
what
weren't
happened?
able to. We weren't able to join the session.
What happened?
The error message he shows me right here is saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's saying right here, we've encountered an error. We weren't able to initialize this session. And it says evilmux.com. He's even tried it on his phone. I just told him to try restarting. This everything. Give it a shot.
Yeah, because it should actually work. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't have a problem.
True.
I'm just saying I don't see anything here that would indicate to me why it wouldn't work.
No, I get it. If anything was wrong, you would see something, an error message on your end, on our end. I know. So it's definitely, hold it. Your viewers' comments. Okay, that's nothing. Nope, I don't see anything. There's delays, of course.
Oh yeah.
Send it to someone else to make sure the firewall isn't blocking it. Yet he may have a firewall.
Who? Him? I don't know. But anyhow. Yeah. So yeah, DJI. I don't know, Lawrence. I don't. As far as the list is concerned, yeah, and we've beat this to the point where we can't beat it anymore. But if
Brooklyn
they end up
Jimmy.
on the list, if they end up on the list,
I'm gonna send the link
um,
to
mhm.
Brooklyn Jimmy just to make sure that it works. So you can just click on it, Jimmy. Go to Messenger real quick, and I'm going to send you this link, and we'll do a quick. Let
Well,
me know.
what I
I
was
just
saying
sent
is,
it to you, Brooklyn Jimmy, on Facebook Messenger. I just sent the link.
what I was saying is, Lawrence, if they end up on the list, right?
Yeah,
Anything new going forward, we know we beat this horse to this dead. You won't
yeah,
be able to get anything new that's coming out. We haven't been able to get anything much here in the States anyway, unless whatever's on Amazon or wherever. Guys have been getting them in from. I make jokes about it, but yeah, there's a lot of guys that are doing sales on eBay, and some of the prices look pretty good, honestly. And I've seen a lot of stuff out there, but yeah, if that's the route you want to go, then hey, knock yourself out. Listen, some of the sellers on there on eBay, they have 99 and 100% rates on it. They've sold multiple items. So, um, who am I to tell you not to go and do that? I don't to listen.
yeah.
I
We
ain't,
we don't do
I'm
that.
not gonna tell you how to have fun. And listen,
Right.
knock yourself out.
Exactly. We would
out
never
and,
tell you not to buy a
yeah.
drone. I wouldn't even suggest to buy a drone. You'd have to do
Now,
your research. I can point you in the
now,
right direction.
now, here,
The
don't
wrong
get me
one,
wrong.
you'll make the decision. But I
Don't
won't
get
be
me
the cause
wrong.
of it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you to buy some junk that's out there, you know, because somebody's trying to sell drones.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Even I don't have to own the drone to know that that's a piece of shit. I'll look at
This is true.
it.
This is very, very true.
But
You
yeah,
know,
Lawrence.
if it doesn't say brushed motors, I'm not even going to fly it. And that's only because of everything I fly uses brush motors. Brush
Really?
motors bend, non-brush motors bend
Is that
and get
right?
damaged on crashes.
Is that right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? I did want to ask everybody
What's
seriously.
that? Yeah, Brooklyn Jimmy says the link is working.
Yeah, I know it works.
Thanks, Jimmy.
If you guys like was getting stocking stuff, it's like what would you all stuff and stockings?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good
What would
question,
you
guys.
stick in a stocking? What would you stuff in a stocking?
Right, right. We would like to know here that those guys, what would you like to see in a stocking? And don't say
I
a
mean,
Phantom
drone
4.
related,
Don't say,
but you know, a stocking is like a sock, right? A little bigger than a
yeah,
sock. So,
yeah,
drone related, like what would be a stocking stuffer?
right. I don't know.
I'm thinking,
Honestly, I
and
could probably come up with a few things.
I was letting you guys know we are going live Christmas Eve, right, Lawrence?
Yes, Christmas Eve we are going live. We're having a special Christmas show. Um,
And we're gonna have guests and everything.
yes, yes, yes. We will have guests, and but what would you guys like as a stocking stuffer? I don't hold on. Let me look in the chat. DJI Mini. Let's see. Johnny Drone Flyer said DJI Mic Mini. Interesting. Send me another
Okay,
DJI Power Bank 2000. Draymond.
Jamie, how big is your stocking?
With the hand cart. Look at this.
This dude here, that's under the tree, not in the stocking.
Right. Could you imagine? Where's the stocking on the floor under the power bank?
Well, Draymond
Well,
busted when he
well,
tried to put the
Casey,
power bank in the
that's
stocking.
cool, Bob Casey. Gloves to fly in the cold weather. A 100-watt power
Okay,
brick. Jim's droning. See. Now you guys are giving us some ideas.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He says he's going to try one more thing. He did check his firewall. Says he's going to try one more thing, but that's actually not a bet. Some of you guys are coming up with some decent idea. Props.
Oh,
Some of the pictures you've taken of the city. John Olson says small enough to fit in stockings. Now,
okay,
interesting. We're getting a few things.
okay.
Yeah, we will definitely take some notes here. But we will be
Now,
live
from what
Christmas Eve, and it's going to be a
from,
good one. It's going to be
from what I
very good.
from
Huh?
what I understand,
Yeah.
most streams, right, are doing. I don't know. They're doing the 1 week on, 1 week off. I don't
Yeah.
know how.
Yeah.
A lot of streams are
That
doing that.
seems
I
to
know
be the pattern now. Instead of every
Ken
week,
Herron had
they
started
do a
that, and then he
separate week.
stopped,
Yeah.
and then he came back, and I don't know. A lot of streams are
Right.
doing that. But we will be
Stickers,
on.
cell phone covers, prop guards. Okay.
Okay, all
Okay.
right. All sound good. But we will be live Christmas Eve, and that's when we'll be doing our Christmas uh, special.
I'll give that
Christmas
a
special.
try, Brooklyn Jimmy.
What?
Definitely. Try to
What?
paste the link. Paste
The link where?
the link in another.
Why does he have?
He has a laptop, so I'm assuming it's
Mhm,
a laptop. It's definitely PC. But he said
mhm,
he was going to try one more thing.
mhm.
Um, I
And what are
just
you
told him try
telling
to
him to
place
do?
the link in another open window, open browser. It's Brooklyn Jimmy had suggested, or in a different browser. It
Hmm.
wouldn't open from Messenger. Ah, he said it.
I can
Send
understand that.
me your email. That will work.
Okay.
for sure.
I thought that's how you were sending it.
No, through I've been always sending them through Messenger. For some reason, it seems to stop working and want to work and not work whenever it wants to in Messenger.
Okay.
A good idea, Brooklyn Jimmy. I didn't think about that. Small screwdriver, mini mic mini,
Mhm.
camera mounts. I plan on doing a live video stream Christmas night with over 227 flights. Damn. Okay, Dre.
Okay.
The Christmas music. What's going on?
Christmas night on the 25th.
Landing gear. That's another thing, Herman. Landing gear. Interesting.
You know, I've been giving away landing gear here on this channel and stocking stuffers
It's a stocking
for
stuffer, though.
a couple of years, and I just never thought that guys really liked it.
Good idea, Dre. Very good idea. Yeah, we've given away landing gear before. In fact, real quick, do you have a strobe around?
Who,
Okay,
me?
hold on. He sent me his
No.
email. He sent me his email. Let me go here. Copy this. Let me open up a browser. Be right
Mm.
back. Go to Gmail.
You'll be right back. Well,
Compose.
while you're doing all of that, I'm going to get into a little something else.
Go ahead.
Because last week, right, when we were here, we had mentioned that Igor on X had two new drones from Autel, the FCC or light ID numbers and everything for these two new drones from Autel, and he's back with more on one of them, which happens to be the Evo 3,
Yeah.
and talking about the camera.
Okay. Okay. Three different cameras.
You know,
You
and
have you
part
have the
one.
Evo 3 Part 1 fusion camera, the 4T thermal, the Fusion 4N, and I didn't read the last one. It was an and the Fusion 3M.
Hmm. Interesting.
Three different cameras. That
Now
is.
he dropped another one on the 5th.
Yeah.
Um,
And now the Evo 3 drone itself, Part 2. I swear it looks like a Mavic 3. I'm just saying, but maybe
you
that's
think
me. What do you guys think?
maybe because he dropped another one on the same day.
Yeah, even more so with the RTK unit.
Yeah,
AI
and look at
voice.
that ridiculous ISO.
Yeah, yeah. 800,000. That's crazy.
So
That thing should be able to see you fart through your pants at night.
you said when the pants quiver,
When the pants, just go like that.
but then didn't he put out a video too, Lawrence?
Yes, yes, he does have a video. It's right here. Give me a sec.
Yeah,
Pull it
because he
up
did
right here.
another tweet with a video.
I thought this was impressive. Seriously.
Did you?
Yes.
How
Because you
impressive.
haven't seen Ortel in a minute. Since they've gone enterprise.
Uh-huh.
You sort of they did come out with some stuff, but you have
But you
night
got
vision, you have
mhm.
thermal,
They got
um,
the night vision, the thermos.
thermos.
Yeah, all of that on the drone.
Looks like a new controller and everything they've been working on.
Uh-huh.
Ortel's been quiet for a while. Okay, it even picked up a heat signature. That's interesting. It can read license plates. Check
Mm-hmm.
this out license plate reader and swarm technology.
Yeah. Look
So
out.
interesting. You can use one if you're in a place where there's low reception. You could probably use one as an
Mhm.
antenna and relay off to the others, or whatever the case may be. I think it's interesting. I think it's a good idea. Honestly,
However
Herman,
they do it.
what happened?
However they do it, it is nice.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think it looks good. Lens clean. Hold on. Still won't work. I tried. on the laptop and tried and did everything. Okay, we'll reschedule. Okay, well,
Um,
this would have almost been the end of FPV Corner coming up, but go,
well, how would he know what's wrong with his laptop?
he's not. I told him we'll just have to reschedule, and I'll just do a manual test with him. Um, uh, I'll do a test.
Okay.
I'm just telling him it's not the end of the world. You know, he just put, I failed you. It should have tested earlier. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Things happen. We will get around it.
You may be right there, Draymond, but uh what'll probably happen is that somebody will make a camera that can adapt to somebody else's drone that'll do it, and therefore
Yeah.
driving the cost up even more. But yeah, you're right on that one.
Sorry, I missed the chat. What was Draymond saying? We need another drone that can do multi-spectrum work. Okay. I agree with you tenfold. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because if we did we miss the sponsor lines?
Yes. The 6 o'clock sponsor.
Mm-hmm. I knew it. Let's get the sponsor in, and we'll be
Yeah.
right. We'll be
We'll be right
right
back.
back. Jonah, dear, if you're Part 107 and you're looking to scale your operations, and you want to get out and do all the work, just leave the office work to someone else, then Drone a Dare may be for you. This is a place with tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot, meet new clients, book appointments, show off your work. If that's something that you're looking for, then Drone a Dare is for you. There's a link in the description. Check it out. Drone a Dare. It's for you. And we're back. Lawrence, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I just rescheduled another um another time. Told him
Okay.
what I'll do the testing with him specifically. Without DJI, the market will be hurting. I agree tenfold, and this is why I believe the United States has agreed not to kill the drones that are already here in the States. That would
Mhm.
cripple industries, the industry.
Yeah, because there'll be nothing else. There will
Right,
be literally nothing
right.
else capable.
And there are people out there, and some of these guys that pushed all of this DJI shit through have
Mhm.
kids and relatives who make a living off of DJI drones. You
I
don't want
got
your
I,
kids screaming at you, Dad, what am I going to do now?
I got a joke for you.
What's that?
There was a conversation on LinkedIn, and this guy came out and said that how the Skydio was a better drone than DJI, and I and I had asked him if he how did he prove that,
Right,
and he
right.
told me that he doesn't own the X10, but it was belongs to a friend of his, and he compared it to his Air 2S, and I was like, "Is this guy fucking for real?"
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah. I would have looked at him weird too.
"Well, I
Seriously.
mean, there was this conversation like a chat, like a conversation, messages back and forth on LinkedIn, and I was like." Dude, have you compared it to any of the enterprise drones that it's supposed to be comparable to? Have you tried that? He hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I just got an error trying to type in the chat.
Doesn't like you. That might be what it is.
Okay, now it let me put. I just put sad but true in the chat. and the
Uh,
first message didn't go through. That's the first time I ever got an error message chatting
now,
on YouTube.
Lawrence Lewis was asking a question earlier. I wanted to. What you remember his
Let me
question?
go up and see
If
because
it's
I was jumping from window to window. Let me see. What did he put? Oh, earlier he was saying check. He had posted a link. He started trying to start a STEM program where
mhm.
he is, and he posted a link in the chat. I'm trying to go up to it. I clicked on it, and it's a type of sort of like a proposal type thing. He had
View
wanted to know
patient.
what you had thought about it. I have the window open here. What I'll do is I will share this really quick, and
Yeah, his question is, or what he was saying is still in the chat if you scroll up.
yes, I found it. I found it. I got it. This is what he's showing here. STEM Skies Drone League build, fly, and race. He's just asking, is this a good idea? And I told him I thought it was pretty good. Tuition is $500 per student, one instructor, five students.
Mhm.
Use your own race ready micro drones. What we do, and he goes on to tell you what you would learn about lipo handling,
Mhm.
what they teach you in the STEM program, and then on completion of the program, you would have your own customized drone
Mhm.
and the knowledge to know how to build and repair drones pretty much from that little bit there. Session one, there's four different sessions,
Mhm.
and depending on the neighborhood and where you plan on doing this, I don't think it's a bad idea, honestly.
Well, here's my take on it. Right now, there are camps that are doing the same thing, probably for a whole lot more money,
Yeah, yeah.
and they charge per lesson that you want to learn. So whatever and I'm a true believer of this. Your money go if you go where your money goes the furthest, and if people find that they're getting a good lesson learned with their children, and
Something that they can
the
carry on. They
price
will.
is
They will
right,
invest.
and
They will
it's good
invest
for
in
their
their children.
future, you can't beat it. You
Yes.
know what I
I
mean?
agree. So
I know Lewis that he eats sleeps this,
that is,
he's
Louis
a
P.
teacher.
Floyd said, "See, and you're right about that because I've seen in one group, the guy shows everyone how to build the drones and they get to fly them, but the kids don't keep the drone. He
Okay.
puts all the drones in a box and then takes them home and strips them down and cleans them and off to the next one. He says in
Mm,
his class, my class, you do. You walk out with top grade stuff,
right.
which makes sense. And that would help cover supplies. Now, here's a question, Louis P. Floyd, because from what I was understanding from a local school teacher here in New York, 9 out of 10 schools can get STEM funding. Have
Hmm.
you looked into that as well? Now, are you doing this privately after school, or are you doing it, of course, on school premises?
School
I just
program.
like to know what are your plans for that, right? If that,
It's a school program. I would.
yeah,
My,
okay,
he's trying to start a new class or something in the
right,
school,
or right, an after school curriculum, all of the
or
above. Okay, I got
even or just
you.
another class, like how
Yeah.
these schools now are all starting audiovisual programs
Mm-hmm.
because all of the schools now are changing over all of the scoreboards to video boards.
Digital, yeah,
So now everybody wants to have a YouTube channel and they're broadcasting all of their school sports and stuff like that now.
yeah. He has. We have a little bit more time left.
Mhm.
You think we could bring him in towards the end of the stream,
Who?
Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Well, let's see. How much time we got now? Where we at? Well, let's go.
All right. Let's finish
Um.
this up and see if we can bring him in.
Well, as you know, Lawrence, and we spoke about this before, right? Um. The Ronin 4D captured 327 shots in the F1 movie, right?
Yeah.
Remember that movie? I don't know if you saw the movie or not. And it's funny because you would never think he would say, he said, well, we know DJI has these cameras, we know DJI does more than just drones. And you would never think this, but while these DJI cameras shot so much as movies, Sony got the credit for it because Sony cameras were what were used to shoot this. And they were it was it this YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
Josh Yee. He unveiled something that no one at Sony and what was it Panavision had let their people let out the bag that DJI had to be kind of used in this movie because of the fact that, and there's a whole video out there on it. And I thought it was interesting. I watched the video, but they said the Sony cameras were too big and slow to fit in certain places. So
Hmm.
the Ronin 4D was able to get up and close and personal in certain areas where they couldn't get the Sony cameras to do it and to get the shot. Um, then there's actual shots in the movie throughout the movie where they're actually featuring the Ronin 4D. You could actually see it on the camera
Right. You
itself.
see them filming
It
with it.
filming. What's funny is that it's shots in the movie of the actual media at the race
Yeah. And they're all
using
using Ronins.
right, and the movie was shot with what, four of them. There's so many of these scenes were shot with four of these Ronin 4Ds. I thought that was incredible. Um, there were other cameras that they have mounted on the cars and in the cars to actually help them with some of the shots too,
Right.
other than the Ronins that were used. But that I thought that was really interesting. I didn't know that. And now I guess if because I didn't watch the movie yet. I've been meaning to watch it for the longest time. But now when I go watch it, I'm gonna be watching to see if I see the scenes because I saw the scenes where it's at, where the DJI camera was being used,
Hmm.
and where it's featured in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
I started watching the video to it, and they were showing the cameramen walking around
Mhm.
doing that. They were showing the camera, and I was like, okay, that's part of the movie. Them showing the camera crew, but I have
I,
not watched the entire movie yet.
right, I thought that was interesting. Like in the movie, right? For instance, at the race, the media wants to get up and close when the cars come in or whatever to get shots of up and the guy and they're showing you the media doing this
Yeah.
with the Ronin being shot with the Ronin.
Right. Right now, the kicker to to the story is how the F1 movie used all of this DJI equipment,
Mhm.
and on the 23rd, DJI is will this will affect everybody, even Hollywood.
Right, because the
You know?
transmitters and some of the stuff that they use to, like when he was showing how the camera was being used while he's controlling where the shot's being taken from someplace else. From you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Um, a lot of those things that transmit signals and stuff like that is what's will be affected. You won't get to see new upgrades of those products
Yeah,
made.
Gary, Ronin on Ronin action.
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's still interesting, and what's messed up is I'm wondering if you know how they show the equipment and credits at the end of the movie. Will
Hmm.
they? I need to look at the credits and see if don't put the equipment in the credits either.
I don't know if they go that deep.
I don't know. We shall see. It's just weird that they didn't mention them. You know, they did so much work
Um,
with this
because
camera equipment. Look, here's a list.
Mhm,
Ronin 4D units,
mhm,
327 plus shots for final
mhm,
film. Started 6K, upgraded to 8K. Okay, Osmo Action 2, um, helmet mounted point of view shots, custom Panavision diopter for eye level focus. Matrice 600 Pro, aerial
mhm.
photography for VFX. 13,000 plus photos at Silverstone alone at the racetrack. The Matrice 350 RTK precision aerial scanning used across multiple F1 circuits worldwide, of course, because they measure the tracks per square inch and everything has to be to perfection. But they used all of this equipment and didn't give DJI no love.
Was it mentioned that it was used to shoot any of it? Sony got the credit for all of it.
Yeah, yeah, this is true. Yep, Sony didn't mention they used anything DJI. And I think that's effed up, Sony. I'm
They
just
said,
saying.
listen, leave the Sony stuff in the box. We got DJI stuff for you to use here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right. What's next? What do we have?
Um, well, from what I'm understanding, the FBI wants unjammable drones. And what has happened is the U.S. and well, let's look at it like this: the U.S. highest uh, Department of Investigation,
Mm-hmm.
the FBI, is looking to get into. Well, they're looking to. They want. Well, they've learned from. We've said this before. They've learned from the war in Ukraine, and they want to take a page out of their playbook.
Yeah.
And they would like to get into what we would call a fiber optic um, hardwired drones. Now, this basically, what they want this to do is that these drones will become almost unjammable, if not unjammable, because what happens is you hardwire the controller to the drone with fiber optic cable.
Mm-hmm.
This would render jamming equipment useless against this drone, and now
Right. So the
shot
actual
down.
there is no frequency.
Right, right. So it's not a radio frequency anymore. It's a hard line to the drone. So now, yeah, there are drawbacks to it. The thing is now for surveillance and other things like that, this isn't a best because now with something like this, you now have to shoot it down. And that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot down that little drone. But
Right. And nonetheless, try and hit a thin fiber optic wire.
right,
You know. So if it's as thin as the tow wire from like the tow missile, you
hmm
could probably go pretty decent
well,
distance before it got snagged.
I tell you this: I've done setups for the game and everything, and it's and for different sporting events, boxing and stuff like that. To do regular television and stuff like that, you have thousands and thousands of cable. When it goes out to the satellite feed for
Yeah.
the fiber, one little cable, and if that one little cable is lost, everything's gone.
Yeah, I believe it.
So it can carry a lot, and it can go a pretty good distance too. I don't know what how far that they plan to use this and how.
From what I've been seeing on LinkedIn and some testing, they've been taking FPV drones, and what they do is, being that it's attached, they send up sort of like a telescopic tube up above where they are. That's
Mhm.
translucent or like a straw, and the drone takes off, and it's fed through that. Now, from what I've seen, when they just take off from the ground and a reel, the reel
Hmm.
gets caught being dragged on the ground. This little telescopic device seems to work so far. At least they can go further than they used to.
You got to spool it.
Yes, yes, yes. That's basically what it is.
And
And
the only problem that you can occur with fiber is breaking.
the actual fiber itself,
Yeah.
right? And that's what the downfall of the FBI says they're willing to take on. The downside is the fact that it gets caught or the line can get cut. Um, they're really interested in it. Anyone that comes to them with an idea or a way, they're willing to look at you and see what you have to offer.
That's interesting because I just think that the feed system of it is always going to be the issue.
Yeah, yeah. But they agree it limits you, but for surveillance, you've seen the Ukraine videos. They go
Mhm.
up with the drone, they get the video, and then they tell the FPV pilot fly in through the brown door or
Mhm.
fly in through the window on the right. And the FPV pilot targets that building and goes in through the window.
Yeah, because the FPV drone is made as cheaply as possible. You don't care if it comes back or not.
It's not going to come back. They already know this. They already know it's not going to come back. We missed our last sponsor by 10 minutes. Damn.
Really? I thought I just got the sponsor in.
Eesh.
You talking about
Yeah, no.
the third? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get that in, and then we can go back, so we can come back. What we get this last story, and then we can bring Lewis in.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
All right. Nanook. For 10% off on all Nanook purchases, use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off. If you're looking to protect your drones, cameras, gimbals, watches, any kind of jewelry, anything you need to really protect firearms, anything you want that's precious to you, Nanook makes a case for it. They even do custom cases. Check them out. There's a link in the description. Nanook. And we're back.
Okay. But I think it's interesting that the FBI is interested in this new technology, which is
Mhm.
unjammable drones.
Really.
Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It's highly possible. We've seen
Mhm.
it done in Ukraine successfully.
It's interesting that they did that because I always felt that fiber was the way to go with a lot of things, but a lot of people just don't. They stop at a certain point to keep things cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even with the with your internet and home stuff like that, where like with FiOS and stuff like that, even they change over to coaxial
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the television connection. Where we could have had a connection from wherever they have coming in the interface into their box with a fiber cable.
Okay.
But they
Well,
chose not to.
this story here, Herman, we've been talking about these guys for a minute,
Well, honestly,
for
this is
years.
and you know it's funny. I remember Tom used to make jokes about the amount of stories we did on that I did on them, but
On Zipline,
I
right?
didn't care because Walmart and Zipline drone delivery. Walmart and Zipline have launched drone delivery service in Royce City, Texas,
Yeah.
adding another suburb suburb.
In Texas.
Yeah, to what has become America's largest commercial drone delivery network. The announcement was made on the first, making this the 17th location in the Dallas Fort Worth region. Um, Now, customers can receive groceries and other household essentials through this. It's a 30-minute system of the order and delivery from the time your order is placed, I guess, to delivery. Um, they're using Zipline's platform too. And what I find remarkable about this is the fact that we've all, a lot of people have criticized this platform, and everything that has been mentioned in the critiques have all been dispelled in the improvements that were made to Platform 2. Whereas that this drone will fly out to your location, it'll hover about 300 feet in the air. It will deploy the pod down on the cable,
Yes, the
therefore
motorized pod.
releasing. Yes, and it actually has motors on it that can control it in case of wind balance and everything, so it doesn't
Hmm.
sway and swing. Come straight down, drop off your package, and take off. Now, yeah, what about if something's under it? Then it won't drop the package. It can sense these things. What if somebody is down there or looking to grab it, or it can sense these things? It won't drop the package. And if you pull on it, it will just release it and let it go. We can recover the pod later on and we can replace the pod. There's no such thing as yank the drone out the sky.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's not going to happen.
Right. There's these things have been thought of, and that's why they have human beings, because human beings think maliciously, so they take these things into consideration. They
Hmm.
probably put hundreds of maliciously thinking people. Like, what would you do if you saw this fly?
True.
Like, I'm a true believer that if we had, well, I'm not gonna say it. I said this years ago when we first heard about delivery drones and guys flying their drones, and I'm not going to say it again because I don't think it's a good thing, right? Especially in the climate that we are in right now.
I'm going to
But
send him the invite.
yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep
But
going.
yeah, I just think that I'm I've been doing stories on Zipline for years.
Yes,
On
we have. Yes.
their their work over in Africa, starting with Rwanda in 2016 and moving on to Nigeria and Ghana and also well in other countries. Um, we've been covering this, and I've been hearing since we've been covering these things, and I take pride in the fact that we talk about everything in the drone world, not just the drones that we can fly, but everything in the drone world, and promote the
True.
usage of drones here on this channel.
That
And
is
one
very
of the
true.
things that I've mentioned, and I've said this before, and I believe that this is going to happen whether we believe it or not. Um, yeah, it's cool and fun to make jokes about things that are not and what it can't do. Because if we want to be realistic and we want to be crazy about it, then that's been always been the downfall of man. Man can come up with a lot of good ideas, but if we don't want them to work, we won't implement them properly.
True. True.
So, what's the first thing you heard when you heard drone delivery? Yo, but can it deliver a bowling ball? Well, how often are you ordering a bowling ball to be delivered?
True. True. As opposed
In 30 minutes.
as opposed to pizza or something to that effect.
In
Yeah.
30 minutes, how often are you looking for a bowling ball to be delivered? Let's be
Yeah.
honest. So
That's
for
true.
things like medication and little things like that here and there, and things that you may need, in these 30-minute deliveries, that thing is simple, but I don't know what the cost of this this service
Right.
would.
Reasonable stuff.
You know, what I mean, I don't know what the cost of this service would be, but I just think that it is something that can work, and eventually down the line that it will evolve. We've seen so many different. We've talked right here on this channel about so many different drones that can be implemented to do such work that we don't even have the work yet for. So let's stop and think. Guys have been working and developing drones for the last few years to do
Yeah.
work that they don't even have the work for yet.
This is true. This is true. Hey, Lewis, did the link work? Well, we were
Don't tell
having
me,
an issue with it
don't tell me it
earlier.
ain't working for him either.
No, I sent him already. I don't know. I thought he would have been in already.
Oh,
If
okay.
you're waiting, come on in, man. I already sent you the link, and then you can explain exactly what this is. Let me go back up to this link
Hmm.
and pull up that window just in case.
Hey, Angie, what you drinking there?
Yeah, what you drinking, Angie?
I see you got the cup in the chat.
Angie's always going cheers. It sounds like the great person to hang out with around the holidays. Whiskey. Uh-oh. She
Uh-oh.
going to don't get in trouble. Stay out of trouble.
Mm-mm.
You know
Me
what
too.
happens.
We got
Uh-huh.
we got the Levette going, the
Oh,
Glen.
you got the Glenlivet going. I got the Agua going.
Oh man, that ain't no fun.
No, I wait till
But
after I eat
Christmas
dinner.
Eve,
After
but
I eat
Christmas
dinner, I
Eve,
have a
we
drink.
Christmas Eve we shotting and dropping
Oh,
here. We having
Christmas
fun.
Eve, we're doing a shot and a drop with whoever comes in. I don't care.
Okay, we got
Hey,
Lewis backstage in the champagne room. We're gonna bring him right in here
yes,
in a
yes,
minute.
yes. Guys, he wants your opinion on this. So I'm going to bring him up, and oh, you've added him already. What's up,
There we go,
Louis?
Lewis.
Happy holidays
Lewis,
to you.
how are you doing, Lewis?
Hey guys, how are?
All
Good,
right.
man. Good.
Wow,
How have you been?
we got a lot of snow up here, so
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay,
Coming
so
from
now
Canada.
you can give the chat. You can give the chat an idea of what you were talking about. What you're trying to do, what you're trying to find out.
okay. So pricing is basically what it comes down. Nobody wants to pay for anything, but it's
Mhm.
going to cost if you want something, right? I've kind of learned that you pay what you get.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling with my BOCES. Do you know what those are? They're school districts upon
Mhm.
school districts that kind of like organize groupings of schools. And I've been working with several of those school district BOCES in my area to get drones into the curriculum of the schools. The hook is FPV, get them flying, get them building, and then once we get kids hooked into it, then you can open up a forum of like, okay, what other things can drones do? Just like going
Right.
down the lane that you guys talk about is like, okay, you get into it for one reason or another, but what else can these things do? What are their impacts to society and such, and getting kids involved STEM wise and talking about those sorts of things. Because they are interested in racing and doing esports kind of stuff like that is the quality that I'm trying to go for, and
Right.
I'm also trying to get a pipeline going because I want people to be able to fly these drones when the software fails. You got a couple of $1,000s worth of a camera, a couple of $1,000s worth of your drone, and the software fails, and you got, oh, I don't know how to fly this thing.
Yeah.
You want somebody that knows how to fly the thing manually. So
True.
that's another push that I'm into. Not I'm sure artificial intelligence and all that other stuff is gonna be really flying our drones for us. But hey, here we are today, and I want people to have some skills, behind the software. So in doing that, it's been a struggle. Schools, all the red tape and the BS and I've gotten in to several of them. I've been a consultant. I've run a lot of drone camps. I quite literally have built hundreds of drones myself, or helped other kids and
Right.
adults build drones and get into the hobby or get into the whole drone thing. So that's failing. It's just not working. So my decision is okay. I'm going to branch out on my own, create a 1 to 5 situation where people, 5 students, whether they're younger students up to adults, come to me in a session at this place that I have in Syracuse called Elite Games, where we do FPV, tiny whoop racing and stuff like that
Okay.
indoors. They have a whole setup where they're e-gaming infrastructure. They have gaming rigs and social media platforms where people can stream and all this. So it's a good
Nice.
it's a good marriage of technology and such. And I'm talking with the owner in addition to getting FPV tiny whoop racing there, monthly, I'm also getting them involved in STEM and interested in getting stuff going. So, my question to the audience is $500 too much? You walk out with, after 8 hours of me talking at you and giving you an explanation of how to build the drone and pilot the drone, along with a lesson book and a certificate at the end of completion and a gateway into flying FPV practice and tiny whoop racing sessions that we're creating in our area here,
Right.
adding to the pilots, adding to Jeff Grabowski's We Bleed FPV worldwide freaking company. Shameless plug for him, but that's where I'm buying all the parts for it.
Okay.
And my budget is tight, so I'm looking at $500 a person walks out with a full FPV goggles, controller, micro drone, and ready to fly in our leagues. 5 at a time, not much, but it seems like nobody else wants to get into it. I've taught classes where I've had 20 people in it with helpers and handlers and stuff like that, where we run through how to build the drones and then start flying line of sight and flying FPV and then getting into racing. But it's just so slow and cumbersome through the schools, and it's just I never get paid for months afterwards. It's just like, come on.
Well,
So
if you have
I know how that works.
yeah, we know how it works in construction. Do work today, get your hamburger next month. We
right,
know.
right.
You
And
know,
and
but,
I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to add to the community,
well,
to the
I'm gonna
FPV.
say, be
And
honest. If you're already pushing this at this place where you're actually having events, people that are coming want to know
yeah,
how, where can I do this stuff? $500 is not a lot of money when you're talking about the technology and what you walk away with.
and that's kind of what I'm pushing for. Yeah,
Because
and
Herman mentioned earlier that there are places giving courses that are charging a lot more, and you don't get to keep the drone.
I know I've looked into it, and that's why I'm trying to differentiate myself and how I'm approaching this, because what the hell's the fun? I learn on how to do this, and then walk away with
Jim's
it. You
droning
get a lot.
sounds
You get a lousy
sounds fair.
T-shirt. Yay!
Well,
Sounds
some of
fair.
them actually have the courses that you're learning are online, and that's what even makes it even worse. So when you said that $500, I was like, that's not steep for you to be able to learn how to build a drone. You learn getting the knowledge, you're getting to learn how to fly it, and you're learning how to build it, repair it.
And repair, yeah.
Yeah.
But think
Well, see,
about
that's
this. How many places teach you something where you can learn the operation of it, and repair it? They don't do that these
when
days.
I got into this craziness. I had a buddy that wanted to do this too with me. This is almost 10 years ago, guys. Jesus,
We've
we've been
got
in
three
this crazy
minutes,
thing.
guys. Keep
Anyways,
going.
he wanted to do the ready to fly kind of thing. It was a long time ago, so it was crappy drones, the Ishin smiley face drones or whatever.
Oh,
I
trust
wanted to
me.
I wanted to build so that I could learn when fix to fix it when I fly it and break it and stuff, because I know that's what was going to happen. So my whole route was like, I want to learn how to build, fly, and repair,
Hmm.
because if you're not crashing, you're not flying.
True, true. Well, listen, I don't personally don't think it's a bad idea. Oh, NYC 11435 says you'll need to be able to take credit card payments.
Oh yeah,
And
I've got
and
that
or
all squared
and
away.
or maybe introduce a, even though you have 4 courses, a payment per course type of plan. I mean,
No, 4 sessions per course, because
oh, 4 sessions per course. Okay,
the
okay,
4 sessions are the 8 hours of the instructional learning of how to build and fly. So
okay.
I break it down into four separate sections. Man, 8 hours, whoo,
Do you
that's a
mind
lot.
if I share that Google link in the chat so that
No,
whoever's
go
seen it
for it.
can
I
look
don't
at this?
have.
This is what Floyd posted earlier. Take a look at it, guys. Click on it while still listening to us. We have like another 2 minutes left before we get out of here. But I personally don't think it's a bad idea. And
Mhm.
considering the technology.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what you have to look
what
at.
you're
If the
getting for your buck.
right,
Yeah.
what you're getting for your buck,
Oh,
you're getting a tiny whoop, which if you bring up the price of the most tiny whoops in the store, nonetheless, the
well,
knowledge to
but
repair them.
you're not only getting the tiny whoop, but you're getting goggles and a controller too.
Yes,
They're
see,
both on the cheap, but it gets you into it. You know.
right. If they're even if they're box goggles, it's something that
Yep.
you can use and apply that
Yep.
protocol to other drones.
And then of course it's just a stepping stone too, because
Yeah,
what I'm planning for too is the panoramic of, all right, now once I get, I don't know, if I'm lucky, 10 or 15 people that have gone
yeah,
through my course. Now what am I going to do with them? You know, they want to do stuff. So we create a league, you know, and maybe I offer other things, you know. I'm going to do the
but
FR
see,
Sky
the
to get them
drone.
into it, but maybe they want to do ELRS and learn how to do
That's
those
true, but
protocols.
see, also they're introducing drone soccer to some of these schools.
Dude, I know all about that. Trust me,
Mhm.
I know. I'm actually at the center of that here up in Utica. One of the things that one of the
Nice.
entities that I started is CNY Drones. Okay, we started doing that sort of stuff. I left them to do my own thing, but I still have friends and you know my feelers are in there. And yeah, they started drone soccer. That is expensive though. Not what I'm doing.
Right.
Uh, and it's different. Drone soccer is not FPV. It is
True.
piloting,
True. That's
but
front line of sight.
there's a lot of differences. We have a lot of schools around my area that I've helped kids build. The building is the same. The
Hmm.
drones that you put into the little balls,
Yeah.
they're the same. You still tune them with beta flight. You still, you know,
Right.
have
Right.
to know what you're doing, how to build, how to solder, and all that stuff. And that's the great component of drone soccer. But then the soccer game kind of leaves me on. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
I'd rather race. I honestly I'd rather race.
All right. Well, listen. I hope that I want you to keep us posted first of all on
Oh
what's
yeah,
going
oh yeah.
on because we're always willing to. We don't just talk about DJI stuff here, as you see. We try to
Hey,
keep a
I
little bit of
freestyle with DJI, so I have a hand for DJI too.
yeah. Well, but we're one of the few streams that don't get on here and talk about DJI drones, and then when the topic of DJI drones is over, we talk find something else to talk about for the next hour and a half. So I want you to come back on and keep us posted, man, and let us know what's going on with your
Well,
project.
if all goes well, I'm rolling it out for the February break in a couple of months.
Oh,
I'm getting my ducks in order, getting all my waivers ready to sign and get ready to go, and hopefully start filling a couple of sessions.
Well, I'd like to applaud you first of all because you have a building drone. And you're leaving with a drone and goggles and a controller
Yeah,
mhm.
baby,
for $500, man. Come on.
and knowledge and
They,
knowledge. Don't forget about that.
be careful,
Can't
dude.
beat
If
that.
word gets around, they may try to take you out. You're
Oh, I've
giving
got
away too much.
yeah, I've got a way to replicate this too and make money. So
One step at a time. One
yeah,
step at a
exactly,
time. Let them
exactly.
see you eating the small peanuts from the shell first.
That's right, right, right. I'm trying to get a squirrel to come over. I got to be real quiet.
There you go. There you go. Anything you want to say, Herman, before we get out of
Well,
here?
well, I'm gonna ask you that because I got the control here.
Um, I don't have a whole lot to say, but except be safe, fly safer. Try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today.
That sounds great.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man.
Welcome.
Not a
Thanks for
problem.
coming in. And your idea is a great idea.
Thanks.
Please, please keep us posted. Push it. Push it.
To the
Somebody's
fore.
got to help
To
the
the
kids.
fore.
All
Well,
right. Thank you, man.
other than that, Lawrence, you said be a better person tomorrow.
Try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today.
Okay.
Not hard.
And with that, guys, don't forget to check us out next week because we'll be making the big announcement on
Yes.
what's going to happen on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. We'll let you guys know what we got planned. We want everybody to come through. If you don't, you're lost.
So,
You can be flying some drones with Santa?
Hey, listen, we got something
well,
planned, man.
I
We
don't
got
know. I
something
mean,
planned.
I mean, the drone community has been a little nice to me, and um, it's it's things have happened, and instead of Lawrence buying more watches and stuff like that, I think that other things should happen. So
Yeah, yeah.
so we'll see
Oh,
what's good.
oh, let me leave you with this. So real quick, because I also do FPV indoors and do Cinewhoop and stuff like that. I try to capture, like, I've captured my daughter skating. I've captured a lot of cool, like, restaurant fly-throughs. I have a chance to do power soccer. Anybody know what that is?
No.
No.
Dude, it
Soccer
is
with a car?
it's people, it's disabled people in wheelchairs that are retrofitted for a special, like, big huge soccer ball, and they freaking whip the thing. So a buddy of mine on Facebook had done some pictures, and I was like, I got to get in there with a drone and fly around these guys and gals. And so I got introduced to their coach, and apparently in my area here, the kids and young adults that do this, they're like worldwide. They just went to Arizona, I think, or out west to do a huge international tournament, and they're coming back here in the next couple of weeks, and so I'm gonna hopefully get into one of their practices and fly a drone around these guys.
Put up
I'm
some
excited.
footage, man. I'd like
Oh
to
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll put it on my channel. I'll put it
Yeah,
on my
I'd like to
channel.
see that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It should be fun.
We
I'd like to
appreciate
see
you,
that.
Paul.
Lawrence
Come
not do
on
that with
again.
construction equipment.
I'll hit you up before. Sometime before February,
All right,
after the
definitely.
holidays, and see
Well,
what's
I'll
going
throw
on.
you some messages to let you know what I'm up to.
Okay, cool. That's appreciated. I got to get out of here, guys. I have to
Yeah.
feed
Okay,
myself.
guys. Yeah. And with everything, well, hey, listen, everybody. We'll
Be
see you
here
next
next
week.
week. Big
What
announcement.
we appreciate everyone for coming and hanging out with us tonight. And with that being said, we'll see you next time with
With those
those
guys.
guys. Good night, everyone.
I love those guys.
I love you too. See you next week. Good night, everyone.
And we're out.
Thanks
So
again,
long.
guys.